So today we're talking about ancient auditory learning and Dr. Erich Jarvis and how this relates to Qigong and relativistic quantum physics and meditation. And so he has really fascinating research that corroborates Dr. Corballis. So basically, he proves with genetic analysis that vocal learning is found in songbirds, where it has to be passed down through actual cultural learning, and also in humans that this is a convergent evolution. So even in different songbirds, it's not due to a common ancestor in the birds. It's just due to what he calls accelerated evolution. So he says that he discovered in mice that the females prefer the more complex frequency bandwidth of the male mice singing in ultrasound, and the same FOXP2 gene is activated in mice just at a much lower level. And so he calls this the vocal learning continuum model, where the ancient auditory learning, it goes way back to the origin of complex life, and with fish and reptiles and amphibians, and so and then he suggests that with gene therapy and genetic engineering, we could actually create vocal learners in effect the other animals would be talking, like mice. But the thing is that to bring it back to Dr. Michael Corballis, we have to understand that our left brain learning is based on a right hand technology, so that we began vocal learning in humans due to as Dr. Jarvis emphasizes, it's a close connection with the motor neurons, and this is what first got him focused on bird research, is that both birds and humans have our vocal learning closely tied to our motor neurons. And so in Qigong, this is what the original Qigong master calls essential motion or emotion. So it's our cerebellum controls both our body motions and our emotions. And so our ancient auditory learning is also, this FOXP2 gene is activated in ancient pathways as auditory learning. That's also tied to the motor neuron. And so this goes all the way back to when it's in ultrasound. The highest sound that humans can hear externally actually resonates the brain as ultrasound. And when we do the standing motions, like he proves that a dancer with choreographed motion is actually activating their their vocal learning pathways in the brain when they just do the motions as dancing. So there's a cross wiring of the motion of the body with vocal learning. And this is why in music training, only through music instrument training from a young age does a musician then have a much larger corpus callosum that integrates the right and left brain. And so then the key factor here is that because the vocal learning actually resonates the brain in ultrasound, based on the Hammeroff and Penrose, they're saying that there's this secret proto-consciousness or quantum, relativistic quantum consciousness that's then a quantum beat as a subharmonic from the future. And this is also what Dr. Andrea Puharich was arguing when he did his psychophysiology and MK Ultra research, is that the parapsychological abilities, the paranormal abilities, is due to this activation of the vagus nerve through internal listening as ultrasound, and then this creates a Schumann resonances as a subharmonic. So when a person is dancing or doing Tai Chi and the thigh muscles are sore and the legs are shaking, this actually is it's like cross-modulated with the ancient auditory learning, so that even though we're in silence, we're actually triggering resonance with the quantum consciousness in the future, and that this secretly guides evolution on Earth. And so Dr. Erich Jarvis is saying, well, we could genetically engineer other animals to have vocal learning, but he's saying because it's convergent evolution, it's going to happen again in nature on Earth in 100 million years, no matter what happens on Earth in terms of our current left brain dominance and right hand technology that we're destroying ecology right now through biological annihilation. And so I said, well, maybe the Trudons had vocal learning because they were the most intelligent reptile, the dinosaur. And so because he's saying that this is an ancient convergent evolution, it's a continuum. And so or maybe even the Gorgons, which were the dominant reptile on Earth for the Permian extinction, 250 million years ago, maybe they were developing vocal learning. And so it's due to this cross wiring of the motor neurons with the auditory neurons that then cause the prefrontal cortex to for humans, we have to then have a dream REM state, which is like an offline processing of our external perceptions as subconscious information, and this dreaming then stored in memory in the quantum consciousness of the future. So it connects the spirit of a ghost as a coherent biophoton information with the relativistic energy or relativistic mass of the future as the fifth dimension that's the evolution of the whole universe. And so this is what non-Western cultures call from the ultrasound, this is what is spiritual, psychic healing. It actually occurs in ultrasound, quantum subharmonic energy, as a continuum of time and not as spatial evolution on Earth. And so there's this eternal ecological evolution that modern westernized humans no longer do, but instead project it through the right-hand technology based on talking and vocal learning. So it's not really like progress in terms of evolution. And that's why it's called ghost pollution by many Western cultures, because we're stuck in this lower frequency of light as consciousness is a less complex spectrum of frequency of light. The auditory range of acoustic is not just what we can hear externally, but what we listen to internally as ancient learning and wisdom. So that's all I'm going to say. Thanks. Bye.